Good morning again, brethren. Hello, hi. This is just going to be a very quick video. I want to demonstrate to you something, another natural remedy that's very, very healthy and very, very potent and a powerful, also is another powerful antibiotic, okay? I did that one video showing you my morning routine of having garlic, ginger put through a press with organic raw honey that is indigenous to your area. I do that every morning. And plus, because I have an exposed root here, it's very helpful, and like I said before, it will wake you up in the morning. But this is another thing that several of the brethren are aware of and do themselves, but I'm going to make a video for it to give it on to you if you do not know about this, okay? This is also a very powerful antibiotic and also a very effective pain reliever as well. This is good stuff. This will, oh boy, it won't really shock you awake like it does garlic and ginger raw and honey put through a press. But this, coupled with that, boy, that corona gonna get you. It's just gonna be running at you, boy. So, here's what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna, beg your pardon. Alright. Alright. Okay. Hi. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need one of these things, okay? This is a very cheap gram and ounce scale, okay? You can get better ones than these, but we got this because it was cheap. What you're going to want to do is, if you got a scale of any kind, you don't need to follow the recipe directly. Any one of you who has had any cooking and experience in a kitchen feeding the public, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you're going to want one of these, okay? And you're going to want to zero out the scale. Most of these scales have something like this. So you want to zero out the weight of the bowl or whatever you're using so you get an accurate weight, okay? You're going to need one of these. Going to need a spoon. You're not going to be using a whisk for this, and you don't want to use an electric like beater or something with this. Going to have to use good old-fashioned arm strength for it, okay? You're going to need a table and teaspoon measuring thing, a glass bowl. I don't recommend you use plastic ones. Then you're going to need ground organic turmeric or turmeric, okay? You want organic. Why do you want organic? Because the ingredients in this is organic turmeric. Some of the turmeric that you can get elsewhere has other ingredients in it. You just want the raw stuff here, okay? And also, you're going to want black pepper, okay? That's what you're going to want. So now, get your raw organic honey that is indigenous to your area, okay? You want honey that's indigenous to your area because the bees that pollinate this honey, the bees that pollinate within the local area will pollinate the honey with the stuff that is within your local area. For example, I don't want to get honey that was made from down southern Illinois to combat the flu and stuff like that up here in northern Illinois, okay? Or, for example, some of you might have heard of this stuff called Manuka honey, which comes from overseas. What benefits is it going to benefit you as far as combating flus and stuff like that? What's that going to benefit you from getting pollinated honey from another part of the world? So that's why you want it from your indigenous area, okay? So what you want to do Get yourself a nice sturdy spoon, and you're going to want to, see that? And incidentally, don't use, you don't want this stuff, okay? You don't want this kind of honey. That's all liquidy. Even though this is local to my area, it's not this stuff. You want this stuff, okay? So, what you want to do, the weight measurement is 3.5 ounces or 100 grams, okay? That's good stuff, man. So see? You can't see that. Sorry for that. But you want at least 100 grams of this raw honey stuff, okay? Then what you do is you put it into your bowl after the measurement if you want to be precise, okay? Yeah, with this stuff too, you're gonna get it on your fingers. Okay. You can use a spatula for this, but you're gonna still get stuff that sticks to it. Okay. Man, it's good stuff, boy. Like Brother Brian said, you got a sweet tooth, you get some of this, boy. All right. And now, what you do is you get yourself a measuring spoon, okay? Beg your pardon, brethren. Beg your pardon. There we go. Okay. Then you go like so. Okay. Get yourself a full tablespoon of this. Boom. And personally, now that is the recipe. A tablespoon of this, and it calls for a pinch of this. But what I'm doing, I'm putting 2 of these in there. Alright. And then what you're going to want, now it calls for a pinch of pepper. Now there is the active ingredient in turmeric. Our body doesn't, the active ingredient that we are seeking in the turmeric begins with a P, I believe. It doesn't absorb well into the body of a person, spirit, soul, and body, okay? But that's why you are using the black pepper to help for absorption, okay? That's why you're using this. Now the recipe calls for a pinch, which is something like that. I'm not doing that. No, I like my pepper, boy. So do about a half of a teaspoon, or a tablespoon, excuse me. Boop, just like that. Okay. Now, see that? Now the fun part. Now you stir it. Stir it all together. Like I said, you can use a whisk, I guess, but that's going to be very, 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 very challenging for you. And what you want to do is you want to take your spoon and get on the sides like that, see? See? Now it's going to be a little pasty at first, as if it's silly putty, if any of you know what that is. But what you keep doing, you just keep stirring it, and eventually what's going to happen is it's going to loosen up a little bit and become more as a paste. Okay, see that? See? You're going to want to keep stirring that, keep stirring it. Okay, and make sure that you use the tip of the spoon to get around the edges so you have no powder lingering in. You want this fully mixed. See? Keep stirring that up. The more you stir it, the more it melds together. See that? You see? Now it's going to be of orange color, and one drawback is, as Brother Matthew Melanson has said, that it's going to make your tongue orange. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. All right. Keep stirring that up, that you get it to a consistency of about a good paste. Not like silly putty as it was before when you started, okay? This is going to give you a little workout in your forearm, okay? Like I said, you can, if you wanted to, where is that? You can, if you want to, try to use one of these things, a whisk, but I don't recommend a whisk. I recommend a good old-fashioned spoon. But keep stirring it. Okay, just like so. Remember, take the tip of your spoon and get along in the edges there. All right. All right. And voila! Now you're going to want to let this settle for a couple hours. I actually gotta go. I got some errands I gotta go run, so this is gonna sit for a little while. And like I said, this is also a very effective pain reliever. And with my exposed root, I put this stuff over there and let it sit there. And like I said, if you have a cold or if you got some kind of flu-y thing, many brethren, Alexander Hartley, Matthew Melanson, myself, this thing will rock it out, I'll tell you that. The one thing I do have to mention, that every once in a while, on rare occasions, there are side effects that can affect certain people. For example, Brother Alexander Hartley turned us on to this, especially my wife, because she had like some kind of sickness thing going on, and she took it for a couple of days. And it affected her in a way. It kind of affected her in, use your imagination. But there are, on rare occasions, where you can have side effects of taking it like this. They're very rare and few and far between. My beloved wife Susan is always the exception. But in general, and for protection and for antibiotic qualities, this stuff is awesome. This stuff is awesome. Okay, and then now I'm going to let that sit, but woo! And see, it sticks to the spoon. But that's it for this one. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams of raw honey, a tablespoon of turmeric, and it says a pinch of pepper. That is the actual recipe. But of course, it can be altered to ever your liking. The more ain't gonna kill you. Okay? So anyway, that's it for this one. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.